It's Friday night, and you and your girlfriends are out at a nice restaurant, splitting appetizers and swapping stories about the men in your lives. You usually start with, I just don't get it. Why does he act like this? If he has a problem, he should just tell me. And your friends are equally confused about why the man that they're dating acts the way that he does. After all, the two genders seem to have an entirely different way of thinking and acting for just about everything. Luckily, you and your friends don't have to spend any more time analyzing what's going on behind the curtains of a man's mind. As an expert dating coach for over a decade, I'm going to reveal how men think and what they lie about. This powerful information is going to show you the type of man you're dating and if he's worth keeping around. In this video, I'm going to tell you 5 lies that men tell women. It'll help you to decipher if he's being sincere about his intentions with you or if he's spoon-feeding you BS. This is going to give you deeper insight into why men say certain things and what they've always wanted to tell you instead. Now let's get into the lies men tell women. Number 1, it's not about sex. I really just want to get to know you. Now this is one of the most common lies men tell women. Perhaps you've heard it yourself over and over again. Now, it can come disguised in many different forms, such as, let's go back to my place for a drink. We don't have to do anything you don't want to. Or he might say, oh, of course, I don't mind taking things slow. I just want us to have a connection before things get heated. No matter how nice of a guy he is, if he's dating you, he wants to sleep with you. Unlike women, men are used to being constantly rejected. So if he's dating an attractive woman who wants to wait, he's most likely willing to play the long game if it means that he can sleep with her later down the line. A man could go months without sleeping with her if that's what she wants. Now, some men may even go as far as to befriend a woman for years in hopes that she's going to magically one day change her mind and want to be with him. Don't get me wrong. Some men do want to get to know you, but that doesn't mean it's not about sleeping with you. For a woman, a man who isn't the best in bed, it's not always a deal breaker, but for a man, it can be. Even if you're a great person and if you've got this incredible connection, if he doesn't like sleeping with you, he isn't going to want to continue dating you. Now, I know this may be harsh to hear, but for men, being sexually compatible is one of the most important factors when it comes to choosing a woman that they want to be with. Since men are thinking first and foremost about sleeping with you, you need to wait as long as possible before sleeping with them. Now look, I know it's not 1950 and you're allowed to sleep with whoever you want to. I fully support a woman's right to her own sexual freedom. And if you want to just sleep with a guy and you're not looking for a relationship, that's great. However, if you really like this guy and your objective is to be in a long-term relationship with him, wait as long as you can to sleep together. If you go on dates, don't invite him back to your house at the end of the night for a drink. Just kiss him goodbye at the door. If he says he wants to make you dinner at his house on the 3rd date, tell him it's a lovely offer, but you'd like to take him out to a new restaurant or maybe go check out a museum or something with him. Just try to avoid dinners at his or your house early on. Being inside a house means you're right down the hall from a bedroom. Inviting you over for dinner, it's classic. It's a male trap to get you to come over and sleep with him. Now, the reason it's best to wait as long as you can, hopefully maybe even months, to sleep with him is that it gives you time to truly get to know each other. Once a guy sleeps with a woman, his mission is complete and the chase is over. Remember, men are like hunters and they love the chase. So indulge him in the chase to get to you. Don't let it end after the 2nd or 3rd date. If he spends 2 to 3 months getting to know you as a person, not just someone he likes seeing naked, he'll begin to realize how much he actually does like you and how your lives fit together. This is going to make him enjoy the experience with you even more when you do sleep together and make it more likely for him to stick around after you decide to sleep with him. Number 2, I don't believe in labels. Have you been dating a guy for months or maybe even years who refuses to call you his girlfriend? If his reason is that he doesn't believe in labels, he's most certainly lying. Men use this lie as an excuse to get away with bad behavior. As a successful, ambitious woman, you shouldn't put up with a man who doesn't want to commit to you after you've been seeing him for several months. If he doesn't want to commit to you after a few months, he won't do it later down the line either. And he definitely won't consider marrying you. It's not that men don't believe in labels, it's that this man doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. And you know what? If he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you then, you shouldn't want to be in a relationship with him either. You deserve to be with a man who loves you, who respects you and wants to give you the world. And the only way you're going to end up with a high quality man is if you love yourself enough to let go of someone who doesn't treat you the way that you deserve. One of my clients, Christy, she was dating a man for 5 years. He told her that he didn't believe in labels, but he wasn't with other women. Christy always imagined having a beautiful wedding with a lacy white dress with all of her family and friends there. But the man she was dating, he wasn't so sure. But he never definitively said no. So she always held out hope that maybe one day he would change his mind and want the same thing she did. After 5 years, Christy rightfully broke down and demanded to know what their future was going to be together. She said she wanted a ring, a wedding, and for him to be her husband. He said that he didn't want any of that and was happy with how things were. Tired of coasting along in limbo, Christy finally broke up with him. And just 6 months later, she was devastated to hear that he got engaged with a woman he started dating a month after they broke up. And she didn't get it. Why didn't he choose her? The truth is painful. But her ex never actually had a problem with labels. He just never saw himself marrying her. And that's why he was more than willing to settle down and get engaged to the person he thought was right for him just a few months later. With my team's expert dating advice, Christy learned how to spot the signs to know a man was lying to her and followed our attraction system to find a high-quality man who wanted to be with her and spend the rest of his life with her. Now, Christy's been married for 2 years with her amazing husband, Brian. They sent me a Christmas card last year showing off her new baby bump. And there was a special note that said, "Thank you for helping us find each other and for showing me that true love exists without limitations." Number 3, I'm going to leave her for you. First of all, a high-quality man would never cheat on his girlfriend or spouse. So you should already know the man you're seeing is not the type of guy that you want to settle down with. After all, if he's cheating with you, what's going to stop him from cheating on you in the future? That being said, rarely will a married man or a man with a long-term partner leave her for you. It's not that he doesn't love you, because maybe he does. It's that leaving behind a spouse and a life that they created for another person can be complicated. Maybe he has kids with that person, or a mortgage, or really loves his wife but was looking for something fresh and new with you. Whatever the case may be, you should never be someone's second choice. Don't believe him if he tells you that he needs to get his business in order, and in a year or two from now, you can be in a house of your own and starting a new life together. You should never be waiting on hold for anyone, let alone a taken man, to live the life that you want. You are in full control of how you spend your time and the future you want to create for yourself. Choose to be with someone who wants to be with you from the beginning, and let go of a man who's making false promises while having his cake and eating it too. Number 4, I love you. Now let me start by saying that many men do mean it when they tell you, I love you. So there's a chance that if the man you're dating says he loves you, he truly means it. What I want to help you discover is how to know if a man is lying when he says I love you. Here's a few ways to find out. First of all, his actions don't match up with his words. If he says he loves you, but he's not making you a priority, he isn't paying any attention to your feelings, he isn't introducing you to any of his friends or family, he may just be saying he loves you as a way to keep sleeping with you. If he continually lies to you or cheats on you and abuses you emotionally or physically, he doesn't love you. And you should never be with a man who treats you this way, even if you love him. Remember, you always have to love yourself first. Loving yourself requires letting go of toxic people who make you feel unworthy. You deserve a high-quality man who says they love you and shows you with actions every day. It's hard for women to imagine a man saying I love you and not meaning it without being racked with guilt. Not many women would do this, so they can't imagine a man to go as far as saying I love you to just manipulate your feelings for his gain. But I'm here to tell you that some men will tell a woman that he loves her as a way of getting her to sleep with him. It's manipulative. It can be painful for the woman who experiences this, and that's why you have to pay attention to his actions and not just his words before you decide to sleep with him. A man who loves you will be honest, reliable, want to spend time with you and listen to you, show the world that you're his. Before I met my wife, I would always try to skirt around any serious conversations about the future. But when I met Kathy, pretty quickly, within the first few weeks, I was talking about specifics about the future because I knew that I wanted a long-term commitment with Kathy. And if we were going to get into a committed relationship, I wanted to know what she wanted, where she was going, and how that aligned with what I wanted and where I was going. I wanted to talk about the hard topics, things that we needed to compromise on. Listen, good men are out there. And if he shows you how he feels about you, with his actions, in addition to those 3 magic words, you'll know it's the real thing. Number 5, sorry I haven't been around lately. I've been really busy. Now, you went on a few dates, things seem to be going great, and you've slept together more than a handful of times. Then all of a sudden, he seems to fall off the map. He went from talking to you every single day to texting you once every few days. You hang out with him, then you only hear from him again when he hits you up last minute asking if you want to meet up in 30 minutes. Or maybe he only asks you to hang out once every 10 days. When you try to make plans, he's too busy, or he agrees to plans and then cancels. Finally, you ask him, what's going on? And he's evasive. He assures you, I'm sorry. I've been busy with work or this or that, some other vague thing that he thinks you can't argue with because you don't know enough about the details. Listen, maybe he does have a demanding job, but you're a strong, ambitious woman. You also have got stuff going on and you can still make time for him. So you can accept this I'm busy excuse all of just one time. But if he makes a habit of putting you on the back burner, it's because he's just not that interested in you. Now, this is confusing for women because they think, well, if he doesn't like me, why does he still want to meet up with me every now and then, not just cut off contact altogether? You have to remember here, men are different from women. Even if he reaches out to you every day, you don't know where he is. He might just do it when he's sitting on the toilet. Men keep women around to see them occasionally, so they've always got someone to sleep with. He may like you, he may like hanging out with you, but he's already decided if he doesn't want a relationship with you and will only see you in between seeing other women. If you let this keep going on, he'll eventually fade away and stop talking to you altogether. Listen, I've seen this firsthand. I've had friends and listened to guys talk about this, how they've got, 4 to 5, 6 women that they just keep on retainer. And that's literally a word that I've heard used. They keep them on retainer. And they do this by just reaching out to them every so often or getting together, once every couple of weeks. And the sad thing is, these women think that there's a relationship developing, but they're not looking at the action. If you're dating a man who's using the whole, sorry, I've been really busy excuse on you more than once, it's time to stop letting him string you along and take control of the situation. Now, you might be asking yourself, how can I get him to like me more? I want to remind you, this is not the type of man that you want to keep dating or be in a relationship with. This man has been manipulating your feelings, and you deserve better. You can gain control of the situation by telling him, look, I get it. You're busy. That's fine. So am I. I think it'd probably be best if we just stop seeing each other. I'm looking for someone who's a little bit more serious and wants to make a relationship a priority. And that if that's not you, that's okay. I wish you the best. Now, there's different ways a man might react to this. He may be surprised. He may actually get angry at you for treating him poorly, but don't let him make you feel bad. You're a strong woman who deserves better, and you'll get it by letting go of the guy who doesn't treat you right and continuing to look for someone who will. And if he does get angry, that's just a great indicator that this is a self-centered man who can very easily turn to anger and blame rather than looking internally and trying to step up and be a better guy. So if he does get angry, that's a perfect sign that it's good that you got out early. Now that you know the 5 lies men tell women, you can use this knowledge to know if the man in your life has been manipulating you for his own advantage or if he's actually a high-quality man with good intentions. I know that if you're watching this video, you're a motivated, powerful woman who wants a loving, healthy, beautiful relationship. If the man you're dating uses these lies and excuses with you, imagine letting go of him and what that future could look like for you. You no longer have to worry about if he's only using you to hook up or stringing you along until something better comes along. You don't have to wonder if he's serious about leaving his wife for you or if he's busy as he says he is. You can be free from the lies and the drama that come from dating someone who doesn't want a trusting, long-term relationship with you. Once you set yourself free from this toxic person, you open yourself up to find a high-quality man who will do what he says and mean it when he looks into your eyes and tells you that he loves you. Those 3 words won't jump from his lips right before he slides into bed with you. They'll come naturally. Maybe even when he sees you doing something like dancing in the kitchen while you make breakfast, or walking down the street with him on a sunny day. He's gonna love you and treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated. Maybe you're sitting here thinking, men like that don't exist. Or, I'm never gonna find someone who feels that way about me. That's just simply not true. If you listen to my guidance, if you're willing to put in the effort it takes to find someone special, you can attract the right kind of man into your life at any time. I really believe you can have this kind of relationship and love in your life. And I want you to know that I'm gonna be here with you every step of the way. Listen, I worked for years with the top matchmakers from all over the world. Some of these agencies charged anywhere from $25,000 up to even $1 million to work with clients. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, I discovered the secrets that a few of the top agencies were using, and I made a special presentation where you can get a more advanced look into this. This presentation won't be posted on YouTube. It's available for a limited time. Just click the link in the description to learn more and access it now. It'll reveal more about my premium program, Matchmaker Secrets, and how the top matchmakers actually find the highest quality of men for their clients. This is perfect for you if you don't know where to meet quality men. Don't miss out on this. Just click the link in the description and watch it now. All right, be well, and I'll see you over there.